Alright, so the bike's tore down to where we need it. Before I continue, I need to make sure my amp is going to fit in the fairing before I start running all the wires all the way up. And how's it going? Back again. So the last video I just put in the new stereo, and in this one I'm gonna wire up an amp. So we will go through that whole process of the wiring, and I think I'm gonna have the amp in my front fairing. And my initial thought was I was gonna have this amp run my lowers, but this new stereo has a 350 watt internal amp, and it's actually powering these pretty good. And I have some speaker lids on the way. So I think what I'm gonna do is run that amp back to these and let the head unit do the front four. So we won't actually hook any speakers up in this one, but when I get the lids, we will. Let's get to it. So real quick, if you haven't seen it before, we're gonna start with the front fairing. In order to take off the front fairing, there's a bolt here and in your other speaker pod too. Right here by your turn signal, and then you got your 5 or 4 on your windshield, and then on your other turn signal down here, and this will pop off pretty easily after that. There's a little pop thing here, but other than that, I have other videos that show how to take it off too, if you want to see that. I'll put the card up there. I forgot these little fins right here. There's screws in there too. I almost forgot about that. Alright, so the bike's tore down to where we need it. Before I continue, I need to make sure my amp is going to fit in the fairing before I start running all the wires all the way up and find out it doesn't. There's not much room in these Road Glide fairings. I'll show you real quick. This is the little amp I went with, which is just a Hifonics 350, which should be enough to power the lid speakers I have coming. And if it's not, they have a 500 that is the same size. So at least I know I can just switch it out real easy. But first, I have to see if I have room for this. So I'll bring you over here real quick. And you can kind of see I got the radio out. And the plan is to put it right up underneath this bracket right here. So I'll have to come in and kind of work it through there and see if I can't fit it in there. That looks like it's going to work. So now all I have to do is run the wires, and then that radio will set right on top of this. And we should not have any issues at all. So I'm cool running the wires. So here real quick, I have the power wire running up. Like I said, it's a small amp, so we don't need a huge power wire. This is 8 gauge, and I have it running down through here. You can see it there, running up with the factory harness. And then just lift this up, put it in there, run it all the way back. Now we got to take this off and hook it up to the battery. And I got to run speaker wire. I don't want to bore you guys with all this simple stuff, but let me know if you'd like to see more, and maybe if I do this again on a friend's bike or something, I'll put it in there. Alright, same thing with the power cord. Got the speaker cord ran, just got to tuck it up in there. One for each side. So that's good to go. Just got to finish that up, and then we'll be hooking up the amp. So everything's back in, the amp's under there, it's wired up. It is a tight fit. It's gonna be tight getting that fairing probably back on with all this stuff. And do the best we can to make it look good. Like I said, speaker wires are ran back here. For now, I'll probably just tuck them up underneath the seat until the lids come in. And then I'll probably have to drill a hole in the lids. We'll make an episode about that. Now to put all that back on and have a good day.